Good morning, mathematicians. Bear with me today. I want to use my longs, cubes, and flats. So I'm going to kind of be switching back and forth a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to do some problems together today. So go get a pencil and a pen, or I'm sorry, a pencil and paper or a whiteboard if you have it, and meet me back here. Remember, you can push pause. I'll be here waiting. And then we're going to do some work. Okay, everybody ready? All right, so the problem I want to work on today is adding numbers into this pattern, okay? It gave us 3 numbers, and then there's some missing spots that we have to fill in. One of the spots comes at the beginning, so we have to go backwards to figure out this one, and then we'll go forwards for these other things. The first thing we are going to need to figure out is what are we counting by, and how are we going to figure out the difference between 102 and 112. Some of you probably can look at that and know what it is. That's great. Some of us aren't there yet, and we need to figure out how do we know what is the difference between 102 and 112. For that, I'm going to pull out my number chart. I did give everyone a copy of this one. It's in your mailbox. So if you've got a printer at home, you could print this out. 102 and 112. If I find, I'm going to use this for my pointer, 102 right there, and then I have to find 112, all I have to do is go down a column. Remember what happens when you go down a column? That means I added 10, right? So 102, 112, that's 10 more. So now, when I go back to this, I'm like, oh yeah, I have to either add 10 to get these 2 numbers, or I'm going to subtract 10 to get this one over here because I'm going backwards. When I go backwards, I'm subtracting, okay? What if I don't have a number grid? I don't have a printer, I can't print at home. How am I going to figure out the difference between 102 and 112? Well, maybe you could make yourself some base 10 blocks. Okay, here's my base 10 blocks. Right there, I have 102. Everyone agree with that? Because remember, flats are worth 100, cubes are worth 1. So there's 102. If I want to make 102 go to 112, well, I could use more cubes. Shake those out. So 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112. Okay, so now I have 112, but still I look at that and I'm like, well, how much did I just add? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is look and see if my cubes, if I can do any trading. So how many could I trade to get a long? Remember the longs. How many is in a long? If you said 10, you're correct. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's those 2 left over. So I'm taking away these and adding a long. Okay. So now I'm going to check and see. I started with 102. Now I have 112. Let's check it. So there's 110, 11, 12. So now I can go back to my board and say, yep, I went from 102 to 112. Awesome. So now I know we're counting by 10. How do I figure out the next number? 112. So what happens if I just keep using my longs and flats and I add 10 more? So now what do I have? 110, 120, 122. So now I can go to my board and write in 122, okay? Now if I want to add another long, because that would be adding 10 more, right? So there's 122, I add another long, 100, and I've got 100, I've got 1, 2, 3, 10, so 132. So 132. Oh, and now I'm starting to see a pattern. Oh, Olivia, wave. They can see you in the background. Now I'm starting to see a pattern. I've got the only thing that I see changing so far is my 10 spot. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. How do I figure out this number over here? I have to go backwards. Okay, I'm going to use my base 10 blocks again. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to just have 100, remember 102. So I'm going to go back to 102. So 102. I have to take away 10. Now I cannot take away, this is one piece, right? I know that's 100. I cannot take that away. But what could I do? I could trade my flat. How many longs are in a flat? How many tens are in 100? What do you remember? There are 10 tens in 100. Okay, so now I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back over this way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to take away that one. Don't need that anymore. And I'm going to count and make sure that I still have 102. So come down here with me. Okay, so let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 101, 102. So I still have 102, but I'm still trying to figure out what number is going to go over here. What comes 10 more, or 10 before 102. So go back here, taking away 10. Taking away 10. Let's count it. How much do we have left? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92. So on your number line, your pattern, 92 is 10 less than 102. Okay, that's a lot of work to do that, right? Some of you are doing it in your head and you've got it, and that's cool. Some of you are really comfortable using a number grid, and that's totally cool too, because look, if I'm at 102 right there, and I want to see what came 10 before 102, I just have to go up one column, because when I go up, one row, when I go up, I'm subtracting. When I go down, I'm adding. And if you go up just one row, that's minus 10. So 92 and 92, that's what I said there. Whew, lots of ways to figure that out. So do what's working for you and what's working in your brain. Use the tools, though. The tools are there to help you. And if you don't have base 10 blocks, which I bet you don't, you can make your own. You can get out your construction paper. I was looking for a template and I couldn't find a good one, but I will send a picture of what base 10 blocks look like, so that you, if mom and dad are helping, they can kind of get you started, and you can do some cutting out and some paste, or you don't need to paste, but you could have your own little baggie full of base 10 blocks. Had I known, we would have sent some home with everybody, but we didn't think we were going to be doing this, did we? So we're going to have to get creative, and that's okay. If you don't need them, great. If you do need them and they will help you, make some, okay? Spend some time making some. Your assignment today over on Seesaw is pretty easy, I think. It's only 3 problems, and they are story problems, and they are working with that adding and subtracting of 100 and of tens. So have fun with those. If you have some time today, make some of base 10 blocks. I will send home a picture to you and moms and dads so that they see what I'm talking about. And I'll see you later. Bye.